Extortion in the Ball Pit. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Before there was Firefest, there was Dashcon. Replace the cheese sandwich of Fire. You know the cheese sandwich
and the sad little lettuce piece.
Replace that with a very, very sad, small, sparsely occupied ball pit. And that would be the iconic image of Dashcon.
Wow.
Let me tell you something about
sad components to these fests.
Not
a happy thing.
The name of the podcast is Ghost Town.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will say, "Oh, where's the ghost?" And I was like, "Well, by definition, a ghost town has nothing to do with necessarily ghosts.
Yeah.
It's just a place that's been kind of abandoned and it's just still kind of there." And,
I've had to relay the definition of a ghost town since we've started this podcast so many times.
Same. And I would say this, if you look at some of the pictures, it looks like a ghost town. It is. Have you ever been to things like, I just want to look at failed events, whether it's a concert. Oh. I love it.
I have to say, I love it too. I think doing this, you have really opened my eyes to a lot of these, and the abject fails, the deep fails, the dark fails, the deadly fails in some cases.
Just poorly organized, poorly managed, because everyone says, "Oh, well, I can do this." Like conventions and Dashcon took place in 2014, not that long ago.
No,
but I would say even in the last 5 years, things have gotten a little more sophisticated with organization. But 2014 is like pretty recent, like VidCon, which is the world that I'm in. That's why when Dashcon came out, I was extremely familiar, even though the news cycle, even 2014 was like pretty decent. But now, it would have been trending on Twitter and 50 blogs would have picked it up instead of just like the Daily Dot or a couple of other random ones.
Yeah, there would be a premium documentary about it for sure.
Already. Right? So the information was really readily available to me because I was already in the world of YouTube deeply. In 2014, I was like deep in it.
Were.
I was living it. I was breathing it. So when this came out, I was like, I became very aware because I knew a lot of people that were aware of it. I actually, was like pretty versed in Tumblr just as even though it was kind of, I feel like it was on its way out.
Yeah. Tumblr is, do people still even use Tumblr?
They do. There's still a pretty viable, as far as amount of people, but in comparison, not really. But this was a Tumblr-based convention, not associated with Tumblr, the business, and they were very strongly separated themselves from this. Because it was originally called like TumblrCon, so when you hear Dashcon, you're like, what? It could be a million things. Well, Dash is the dashboard of like your Tumblr account or any account. Like whereas like a dashboard,
it's the backside of the site,
your account, the stats,
exactly,
whatever you want to, analytics or whatever. So that's the name. Is Dashcon, which is not. None of the names are like that. Except Comic-Con, VidCon.
It goes within the landscape of a con name.
Yes.
So that intrigues me because I'm like, what is Dash? What does it mean? But now I know.
It means nothing. The con part is the word con I use very, very strongly. And I'm going to have a little caveat right now.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan, and I think you're huge fans of the podcast Swindled, and we mentioned, they were cool enough to play a promo at the end of one of the episodes. Swindled podcast, check it out.
Yes.
And I was just like, I cannot believe a concerned citizen hasn't done anything on Dashcon. Well, we're patrons now, so I'm scrolling through the bonus episodes.
You got those bonies.
They got those bonies, and Dashcon is one of them. He's already done it.
He's done it. That's old news.
And I was like, I knew, but in fairness, I just want to say, because if you're a Swindled podcast fan and you're a patron, he's like, well, you already did it. Yes. But I was and so were a lot of other people entrenched in that world.
Yes.
So it was always something that when I was like, I want to look at something failed, I'll go back and look at Dashcon concerts where like no one just like shows it, like Mace, all those things where it's like only like, you know what I mean, like 80 people showed up.
Gigantic miscalculations.
Yeah, I love that.
So many parts.
And Dashcon is always on the top of that list. Wait. So when I saw that, so I was like, I can't listen to that bonus episode because I didn't want it to influence what I was going to say because
exactly.
His way he relays information is, I would say it's a little more organized in the way we do it.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
We are the point of information for pretty much everything in the world.
Do not write your thesis
to us
based
for all citations, expert witnesses, first person narratives. We are a library.
Yes. We are like
a library on 4 coasters
databases,
in my living
access.
room. That's right.
Nope.
We are not any of those things. Please don't ever come to us for any vile
just putting that out because I don't want to be like, oh, you just looked at Swindle's Patreon and then took that. It's like, no, I was actually kind of like, I can't believe he didn't do an episode, but it turns out he did. So I have to wait till after I record this so I can listen. So I'm listening to the back catalog.
That's your prize.
Yeah, that's
for
what
doing
I
this delicious fail.
So at that time, even like I said, in the last 5 years, events have become more sophisticated and information, the way things are organized. But in 2014, so it's right in the middle, like Comic-Con's been going strong since 2009, I think. So they're a really big one. It's kind of unfair to say that. And I went to New York Comic-Con 2013. So it's well in the way. So there's like kind of a little excuse, but no excuse for failure. But Dashcon was really, really bad. And the ball pit picture, which is something that you should right now find it, look at it, just commit it to memory because it will make. Do you just sometimes want to be depressed? I mean, honestly, I'm going to be real. Do you just want to be depressed?
I want to say something too. As someone who has constructed a ball pit in her office space, I would say I'm kind of a ball pit connoisseur in that I've worked on game shows. I have constructed ball pits for game shows, and I've seen the saddest. We used a kiddie pool for a while with balls in it as a gameplay ball pit in the middle of my office space. So I can't wait to see the picture of this.
It's probably something very similar.
Okay.
So it was in 2014 when it was originally called TumbleCon.
TumbleCon.
So I don't know, like Tumblr culture, they had...
it sounds like a kiddie, like a Toys R Us.
It's a little bit like kind of like a lot of memes, and I feel like a lot of... I don't know. I don't even know how to properly express like what it is, but it's like artistic with
trendy,
poetry.
Like it sounds like white guys in graphic T-shirts who have like mustaches. Like in the photo booth where you've got like the hat and the mustache. It's like, oh, crazy pop art. Oh,
I would
my
say
God.
emo. I would say like
more emo.
I would say
that?
emo is what I gather, and
really?
somebody looks at this wrong. Emo like is a big part of that world.
Sad boy con.
It's probably everyone has said nobody's. If you're happy, why would you say it? Just no, you're not happy. Nobody wants to hear about you being happy. They want to hear about you being sad.
Yeah, they do. That's true. They want you to emote online.
So they raised $4,000 via Indiegogo, and there were no way affiliated with
$4,000. Also, not that much money.
No.
I tutor a kid sometimes who's trying to apply for colleges. He's a filmmaker. He's raised $8,000 for films.
Yeah.
He's in high school.
But he'll probably make good with that money.
Yeah.
Money was not made good.
Uh-oh.
So they found, obviously you got people to volunteer. They started selling tickets in summer 2013. So for the weekend of July 11th through 13th at the Schaumburg Renaissance Convention Center in Illinois.
Schaumburg, Illinois. I know
Do you know
exactly where it is.
This is your like kind of
Schaumburg.
Okay,
yeah.
so put that. It's now we're back into
that is a lower middle class suburb of Chicago. It's really far out. It's about 45 minutes out. It's pretty close to Wisconsin as well.
Okay,
damn,
makes sense.
Yeah, close to an IKEA though. I will say that. Go on.
Weekend pass $65. Day passes $30 to $50. You get a hotel. Standard stuff. One of the big, I guess, headliners is Welcome to Night Vale, which is a
I know that podcast. I actually am not a huge fan of that podcast.
Yeah, I was kind of maybe starting in 2012 started getting into doing podcasting in various ways. So when I started reading about this, I wasn't really very, very versed in like the many different kinds of podcasts out there. So Welcome to Night Vale, I was like, I didn't really know what it was.
No.
So it was a storytelling.
And ex of mine loved this podcast, and it's like a storytelling. It's like Prairie Home Companion kind of.
Okay.
It was like a noir murder mystery, but it was very long. I remember being very long and very kind of up its own asshole a little bit. And it wasn't funny. was very slow, but I guess like if I had committed to it, maybe like the story I would have gone with it. I think there was also some news portions of it. Again, like Prairie Home Companion style news in this small town. But I couldn't really get into it myself. You want to take a little break?
Let's take a little break. I'm very excited to talk about Care Of. Care Of is a wellness brand that makes it easy to get the right vitamins, supplements, and protein powders for your specific needs, whether you're looking for glowing skin, more energy, better sleep, or something to support your health and fitness routine. I've been using Care Of for a while now, and it's customized to me.
Yeah.
For me, I'm an individual.
Yeah.
And I have individual needs.
And I am so excited. A big thing is routine, healthy routines. Care Of can help me start getting into a healthy routine. I want to set some new goals. I want to reprioritize myself. I want to make sure that I can, in my chaotic lifestyle, make a healthier version of myself. And Care Of can help me do that.
I don't normally like quizzes. I don't want to do a quiz, but Care Of's online quiz, which I was like, oh, I like this quiz.
It was very fun. I had a great time.
You didn't realize how much, like they were asking questions. You're like, oh yeah, no,
I should think about this.
It's a very short, fun 5-minute quiz. You answer questions about your diet, lifestyle, and health needs. You get a research-backed recommendation with the vitamins, supplements, and/or protein powders you need based on your completely personalized quiz results. Just you.
Care Of is also so incredibly convenient. I cannot wait to get my order. My Care Of order is going to get shipped right to my door in convenient daily packs of perfect for a busy on-the-go lifestyle. I can throw a couple in my suitcase, throw it in my bag on the way to work, going to the gym every morning because I'm going to start doing that. I promised myself. I am so excited. I can't wait for my order, and you should get excited too because for 25% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter Ghost Town. Again, that's 25% off your first Care Of order. Go to takecareof.com and enter Ghost Town.
July 11th, we're there. People are there. The Dashcon staff was like, oh, hey, P.S., we need another $17,000 to keep this going.
Mm-hmm. $4,000 is not going to keep this convention going?
Well, that was the initial. So they supposedly had enough money, but I guess they realized they didn't have enough money. Mm-hmm. So, when we talk about extortion, they were literally saying, hey, guys, we can't. You're here. You've paid your money. You flew, hotel, whatever the case may be.
Oh, they were asking the people.
Yes. Imagine going to something and going to a concert and you spend all the money. You go to Coachella. Mm-hmm. You pay all the money. You go, you get there, whatever. And then they're like, Coachella's like, P.S., if you want bands to come out, we need to raise like $50,000. That's extortion.
That is insane.
That's absolutely because you've already gotten the people there, and they're like, well, now you need to donate money to the thing that we've already spent.
You've
money
already gone out of your way to fly here, book a hotel room. You've arranged your plans to come patronize this convention, and now we're asking you for more money because we fucked up.
Yeah, the hotel never really, like, they were, they're like, yeah, sure, we'll take half the money, I guess, but they never got it, and they're like, well, they probably figured any kind of schemes, like, well, we'll get the rest of the money and then pay that back, and then it was
this is like a small timey, less sexy fire festival.
It was the thing is like, I compare. This was a very early Fire Festival. Like when Fire Festival came out, I was like especially the ball pit part where I'm going to get to. I know I keep alluding to it. That was very cheese sandwich of the Fire Fest, which is really the cheese sandwich of the Fire Fest was super important as far as like especially internet based. Like
it's also a metaphor for what it was.
So this didn't ruin as many lives. I'd say. Yeah, it was definitely inconvenient. And in some ways unethical. Well, unethical, but not as many people's lives were damaged on it.
So wait, how much money did they ask?
They needed $17,000. They told the hotels like we're gonna have $3,000 to $5,000. On Friday night they only had $1,000. So when you look at pictures, and again I talk about the pictures are very important to this. When you just imagine the hotel in the town you're speaking of, right? This convention center.
Schaumburg.
And it's got just a bunch of kids that they're already probably they're wearing, they're kind of emo or they're fans of things or there's some of them dressed up. And it's sparsely attended. You just have a couple of people in a corner.
That's like what Disneyland wanted for itself, but it was too popular and too successful.
But the backgrounds and stuff. That's why we have an episode on Disneyland. You might want to check that out. Little plug. But it's the walls are just kind of like whatever art they have in a whatever this Renaissance hotel center. Well, helicopters here.
They're very close though, so we have to wrap this up.
Yeah, that's all right.
They're on my roof right now.
So they get people in a room.
Jesus, they're
this is very close.
This is unprecedented for Ghost Town Pod.
So we do Ghost Town podcasts. Generally speaking, there's a lot of crime happening.
Yeah.
Literally every time we do it. They're not flying this low.
Us.
Yeah, they're not doing it to be like, hey, here's a helicopter ride. They're looking for, they're surveilling for criminals. So you're getting that little bonus.
Yeah, we're gritty.
Yeah, it's gritty.
We're not two middle-aged Jews hanging out in my apartment. We're dangerous.
So they would just take cash donations. They would take like PayPal or whatever. So they're just taking in money.
God, like quarters, like laundry
and they would
quarters.
get people in a room. They're like, hey guys, we have whatever. And then they were just like, we need more money to. It's like
guys,
going to a party.
Good news and bad news.
Saying
Good news.
Yeah.
We need more money. Bad news. We need more money.
And like going to a party and being like, free beer. All you can drink. Bring $10. And then when you get there, there's like literally no beer. Can you guys kick in money for beer?
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
Yeah, like the worst house party ever.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I was at a house party last night. This is an aside, but you guys will appreciate it. A couple of friends of mine grabbed those hard cider things or like hard seltzer things, and she was like, "Oh, those are mine." And they had opened theirs, and I hadn't opened mine, so I just like put mine back. And they're like, "Well, we just opened these," and she's like, "Could you put it back?"
So an open thing already?
She's like, "I'm broke."
Oh. Well, you know what? Maybe she donated to Dashcon.
Yeah, that's right.
It's still recovering.
That's my personal Dashcon.
They would break into song, and they would do that 3-fingered salute from the Hunger Games.
Oh no!
So they were like in the Hunger Games. Oh yeah, you don't know how depressing this is. You have no clue.
This is like a group of virgins with no money who are being asked,
and some are probably like hoping, like, I'm gonna score.
I
this
know.
thing.
I'm gonna find love at Dashcon.
Yeah.
In the ball pit.
Nope, they did not. I haven't even gotten to the ball pit yet.
I know. You're just teasing me.
So, of course, the people that organized it said this, that, and the other thing. You can donate on the website. They had about 1 million excuses, but not true. There's a YouTube channel, I think it's Internet Historian, that kind of breaks down the theories on how money was possibly pocketed. Just things didn't add up.
Yeah.
And the dude that would be like, I was in a room of like 5,000 angry people, and you see the room and it's like 300 people.
Yeah.
It's I don't think these people are realizing like the way people capture, especially, I don't know if 2014 would be a year where you're like, things can be verified at that point.
Yeah.
So people donate a lot of money. So the thing with Night Vale never did their thing.
Yeah. If I were Night Vale, I'd be like, well,
No.
packing them up. Did they even get there? Was this like the Green Day of Firefest?
Yeah.
No.
They were just like, no. It was Blink-182, by the way.
Sorry.
Sorry, Grandma. It was Blink-182. Take it from Grandpa and Migos.
Where's that
I don't know.
helicopter?
Yeah. So they a lot of people canceled. There's like things where they had this like maybe an LGBTQ talk, and the table is too small to fit all the people.
Oh my God.
They don't even fit all the people. That was really sad. They're like trying to have these like really dank. Like it's like they're trying to have like kind of have to speak on something.
Yeah,
really
so
important.
They just like bring up some folding chairs and like huddle them around the sides of the table.
Yeah,
that is so. It
was so
sad.
poorly organized and sad. And I think people
and they're
think
like, grab another chair so you can put your water and your papers on it.
It was just people like some people are just sitting like off to the side. So like I don't know. There's like a moderator.
Oh
it's
my
just
God. The
pictures are so. And it's just people sparsely attending, like sitting in corners, like a shanty town, but of just like sad convention goers. Yeah.
At least there was water.
It was $90. $90 for water. The Dashcon was like, there'll be like 3,000 to 7,000 people. It's going to cost about $100,000. We're making tons of money. So everyone's going to be like, the hotel's going to be really stoked because then, the hotel's going to get guests and all those things that kind of come with it.
Schaumburg's finest.
Yeah. He said, one of the the staff. I was actually looking to see like who were like this, because they had like this Dashcon LLC was like the organizer, but I was like, who are the ones that like really truly organize it? But one, you can see this on YouTube. This one guy who's like part of the staff, and he's like had to like contain a riot. Like he's like, I had to contain a riot. There's 5,000 people, and you cut through, and you see about 300 really nice people, just kind of like singing a song, Pokemoning. I don't know, whatever people do.
This fest is like the shitty younger brother of all of the disaster fests that we talked about. Like it's not even. It's too sad to be dangerous.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so the convention organizer
Okay.
is, and I guess she's a member of this Dashcon LC, is Megan Eli. She said that they rented it 11 months ago, and, that Dashcon was listed on the hotel's website. She's like, it's legit. Like, it wouldn't be legal if it wasn't on the website. But that's what led people to think that, like, oh, this is a legit thing.
Yeah.
And there was like some TV crews showing up, checking everything out, kind of seeing what's going on. So you saw everything. Also, one of the big, and I'm not really familiar with who they are, but they're a Sherlock Holmes podcast called Baker Street Babes. I don't know, but they were one of the bigger guests. Their panel live recording on Friday, they did that. It was great. When they heard about the debacle, they left the convention part aspect of it. So now the hotel rooms weren't under Dashcon's name. They were like, hey, we want our money. And it was pretty bad. But hold on.
Okay.
You don't think Dashcon LLC is not going to make good on it? They were like,
no, I trust them.
Listen, we're going to make it up to you. We are going to give you an extra hour in the ball pit.
Oh my God. Christmas came motherfucking early.
Look, just get on your phone right now. Get on your phone right now. Go Dashcon ball pit and look at the photo. I need you to see this in real time. That's how important this is. Okay. We're gonna wait for Rebecca to look. You should be looking up this photo too.
I'm looking up right now.
Right? Look at.
No, this can't be right.
It's real.
This can't be right.
It's real.
This cannot be right. Okay, just look at. I just Googled it.
Look how sad it is.
This is a children's birthday party from the worst kid in school.
Yeah.
This was the ball pit.
Yeah.
Holy.
I mean, you're like, oh, I only got a certain amount of time.
I was like, oh, I'm looking at a bunch of pictures of ball pit. This can't be a convention ball pit.
Yes. And someone had peed in it at one point. It's so sad.
This is the ball pit.
I wish it's just I'm going to describe it really quick. It's a small kid's pool. Most of the balls are outside. You have somebody dressed up like a wizard. You have somebody with blue hair.
It's in the basement of a hotel. So it's cement flooring with a smashed ball pit, and most of the balls are out. Yeah.
Most of the balls are out.
One side of the pit is kind of mashed into the ground.
It's just like partly deflated.
Four people. There's a bouncy castle.
Is that a briefcase?
An unmarked briefcase next to the ball pit. There's a bunch of people. They've got headbands and bright colors. Someone's in a costume. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people sitting or inside or standing around this ball pit, which is not fit for a 4-year-old's birthday party.
No.
So, I cannot. I had a different picture in my head. I had a picture of a kind of a bigger ball pit with like a couple people in it, but like this is exceeded my expectations of sadness.
No, you're absolutely wrong.
You've out-sad-boyed me.
Yeah, I got you.
In this endeavor.
I got you that time.
Oh my God. We'll make sure to communicate that pic to you via our social media avenues.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's what I like to call Dashcon. So before
really
the Fire
dashed
Fest,
my hopes.
oh, come on, Rebecca, no.
What's up, Ghost Town listeners?
Let's do yoga. Let's get fit.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Muriel.
And we're the hosts of Hella in Your 30s.
A podcast about a cool couple trying to do adult stuff.
So each week we invite you to join us as we try to learn things we should probably already know, like how does a stock market work? Can we install that bidet? Why are all of our houseplants dying?
This is a podcast for people of all ages because remember,
age ain't nothing but a number.
But being hella in your 30s is a state of mind.
So tomorrow's a new day, let's order pizza.
Campfire.